What's going on? What's going on, guys? Jada Black here. Salute to everybody tuning in. Make sure y'all like this video, hype this video, share this video because I'm going to talk about Kimora Lee and some more karma. Right before her husband is scheduled to do a 2-year prison sentence for his scamming, he's filing for divorce. He's divorcing her right before he goes. Now, we're going to get into this article. There could be a number of reasons. Maybe he doesn't want her using him to benefit financially in any way, shape, or form. It could be liability financially in certain things he wants no part of. But it's looking like he's trying to distance himself before he goes. Because when he gets out, he wants nothing to do with her. He wants, I guess, to have a blank slate. Maybe he blames her for this situation because he did use his ill-gotten gains to put into that mansion that they're trying to kick her out of. So we're going to get into this article here, but again, this is it shows you that Kimora does not know how to choose men. You know, people tried to, and I think she's even tried to insinuate that Russell was the problem, but look at what she's done since then. She was with an actor. Right, she was with the African actor, and then she went from him to this guy, who she I guess she assumed was successful, even though apparently, according to Russell, she took from him to give to Tim, and that pissed Russell off, and they got into litigation over it, and she's just made a lot of the wrong moves. Now, in the description box, I'm going to put my most recent video that I did about Kimora. Y'all go check that video out. It'll give you a little bit more context. I've done a couple of videos. One about her, being possibly kicked out of that $25 million mansion. And the other video was of me talking about her overall financial situation and why she's trying to bring up the baby fat sale that happened in 2004. She's bringing it up in interviews because I believe she's looking for money wherever she can look for it. But Russell had to come out and check her and say, no, the sale went through. You got your 20 million. You really didn't do much for the brand. So check that out. But let's get into this article. Tim Liessner officially filed for divorce from Kimora Lee Simmons on April 20th. And by the way, Kimora never took his last name from what I've seen. He cited irreconcilable differences and requested joint legal and physical custody of son Wolf. He also signed the filing on February 4th, days before he reported to prison for a 2-year prison sentence on bribery and money laundering charges. So he's already in there. I assume he was already in there, but so right before, I guess this is public now. This is public information now. Tim has officially filed for divorce from Kimora Lee Simmons, the investment broker who was sentenced to 2 years in prison in May of 2025 after pleading guilty to bribery and money laundering charges, filed on Monday, April 20th, citing irreconcilable differences as a reason for the split, according to court documents obtained by People. Now, Simmons and Tim wed on March 8th of 2014, and they share son Wolf, who's 11. Wolf Lee, so he took her name, took her last name. That's the type of egomaniac Kimora is. Tim requested joint legal and physical custody of their son. The former managing director of Goldman Sachs also requested spousal support from his ex. Look at this. Oh, this is karma, man. Oh, you married this guy for money, and he's asking you for spousal support, probably because Tim probably had to pay a whole lot of money back and had to fight this case. He ain't got no money. She was helping him financially towards the end of the marriage. That's why Russell thought that Russell was speaking about how, he felt like she was stealing from him to give to Tim. So Tim must be broke, and he's asking for spousal support from her. You see how this works? You think you're getting with these Caucasian men and they're going to upgrade your life. And the next thing you know, they're asking you for spousal support. He signed on February 4th, just days before he surrendered to a Pennsylvania prison where he'll serve his 2-year prison sentence. Their date of separation was not specified in the filing, but Simmons, 50, told People in December 2025 that she was single and her life doesn't ever revolve around a guy. At the time, she said she didn't have any prospects romantically and wasn't planning on seeking any out. I wouldn't go on an app because I don't even know the first thing about how these people are behaving, she said. Have to look out for yourself, she added. A man's not going to be responsible for giving you everything in life. It's important to be independent. Really? Well, you've dated as if that's what you've been looking for. You've been looking for a man to take care of you. That's how it seems. And now you have to fend for yourself. And it's going to be even more difficult at 50 to find a man to financially support you, because most of these men are going to be looking for younger women, especially men with money and resources. Prior to Tim, Simmons was married to Russell Simmons from 98 to 2009, but split from him in 2006. She shares daughters Ming Lee, Aoki Lee with Russell. She later dated actor Jaye Hansel, with whom she shares son Kenzo. She also is a mom to Gary, whom she adopted from Jamaica in 2020, and her bonus son Jaden, which I don't know what that means. Bonus son, what, you know. She described herself as pretty much the primary parent for all of her kids. Usually, I would say that I co-parent, okay, but the kids are with me full time. She told People in December, it's difficult, but I don't know sometimes what other people are thinking. Guys are weird. The TV star added that she doesn't have a relationship really with any of her kids' fathers. Well, let me tell y'all something. She had three baby fathers. And the fact that she doesn't have a good relationship with any of them it shows you she's the problem. She's the problem. She's the reason why why she don't have a good relationship with them. It's her fault. You mean to tell me that all these men are bad and wrong and they're not trying to co-parent with you? Not one is about to go to prison, or is in prison. But I just think that she's a woman who's not done well choosing, men after Russell. And she's painted herself in this corner. She's put herself in this position. But it's everybody else's fault. But she said she's thankful I'm able to be there for my family in ways that other people or parents are not. If I wasn't this person, I don't know if we would have made it or if we could be okay. It's been very important to me to be strong and self-reliant and to constantly be growing. Well, as I've said before, she's taken on, the brunt of taking care of all these kids. But in the fact that she doesn't have a good co-parenting relationship with any of her kids' fathers shows me she's the problem. She's the problem. So all these men are wrong. You chose them. And I just think that she's made a lot of the wrong moves. She thinks she's smarter than she really is. And she just continues to choose wrong. And now she's 50 and she does not have the same prospects she had 10 years ago, 15 years ago, even 20 years ago. And maybe she understands this. But she also needs to understand that, yeah, you are going to have to take care of yourself. You are going to have to be responsible for those kids, especially the ones who are underage that you've taken on, and that nobody's going to help you. That's why Tim is distancing himself from you, and he wants spousal support. So that leads me to believe he thinks you still got money, even though you out here acting like you really don't have it like that. You know what I'm saying? You're out here talking about how you feel like you're owed more money, especially from the baby fat sale. You feel like, because it's almost like she was trying to position herself to possibly sue for more. And that's why Russell quickly had to respond, But, she did Russell dirty as far as taking, I believe, was it the stocks in the company and giving it to Tim? Like, she's done some grimy stuff. Now, that was alleged. I think they went to court over that. But she put herself in this situation. She painted herself in this corner, and now he's going to be seeking for her to take care of him. Y'all see how that works? She went from being a woman who's being taken care of to now having to take care of Tim. I don't know how the whole spouse support thing is going to work. Is she going to be paying him while he's in prison? Is it a situation where she pays him once he's out of prison? Again, man, these women just be choosing wrong and then blaming everybody for why they choose wrong. They make these mistakes in men, and I think the best thing she can do is not date. That's the best thing she can do, and get her life together, because she still has children who she has to take care of right now. But again, this is a spot she put herself in at the end of the day. She is responsible for where she is now. Accountability falls on her. This is why women got to stop blaming men all the time and look themselves in the mirror and say, you know what, I put myself in this situation. But none of them really do that. It's everybody else's fault. She does not have a good relationship with none of her kids' fathers. Is it their fault or is it her fault? She's the common denominator in all of this. She's the common denominator. Women need to do more to bridge the relationship between the children and the children's father. But these women are such egomaniacs like her that's why all these kids got her last name, because she has ego. She's an egomaniac, and she drives people away. Even the father of her kids drives them away. And she's talking about not wanting a relationship. Do men want a relationship with you? You gotta think about that. So let us in the comment section. Let me thoughts, like this video and share it. Follow me on all my social media platforms, and I'll see y'all next one. Also, go and check out the other video.